Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome dear students. Today we discuss one of the important topic of corporate finance, that's credit and borrowings. I am Dr. Jaswant Saini, Associate Professor, Faculty of Law, MD, University Rohtak, present before you this topic. Credit and borrowings, why important in the functioning of a company, in a corporate body? Can a company not run without the credit and borrowings? Can the share capital is not sufficient to meet the obligations and liabilities on the part of companies, or can credit and borrowings may helpful to establish a good reputation of the companies in market? We discuss various aspects of credit and borrowings, and what's the importance of this credit and borrowings, how the reputation of the company increase with this credit and borrowings, or what the rules applicable on credit and borrowings. So, each and every aspect we try to touch here with the credit and borrowings. So, in case of financial market, credit, borrowings, loan, they indicate generally similar things, and we start as usual with the learning outcomes, what we learn from this discussion. Very first, to understand the significance of credit and borrowings in maintaining financial stability of the company. Significance of credit and borrowings in maintaining financial stability for companies. It means credit play a significant role, borrowings play a significant role in maintaining financial stability of the companies. That's a crucial word, that's a typical word. You take the loan from the market and you prove, you claim that your company is a stable company. So, that is the just opposite word, but being a student of business, being a student of law, we try to establish a conceptual study here, how you prove that if you take loan from the market, it means you are a stable company. So, second thing is here to understand the vital role of credit and borrowings in corporate finance, supporting capital expansion, working capital management, and providing tax benefits. Basically, as a layman, that's not a challenging word. If you accept the borrow, your reputation is not good as a layman. But in case of business law, if you accept the borrowings or if you attain the borrowings limit on higher side, you are a good company, you are a stable company. In other way, that establish your reputation in the market is good. If persons are ready to provide loan to your company. So, there is a various purpose of these borrowings and these credit facilities, and very simple example in this direction. If you demand the overdraft limit from the banks, bank only provide this overdraft limit to those persons whose credit worthiness is good in the eyes of banks, in the eyes of financial institution. So, this borrowing and credit facility also prove that the credit worthiness of the company or the goodwill of the company on higher side in the business. So, sometimes we required these borrowings or credit facility for capital expansion and working capital management and to take the tax benefits here. And third important outcome of the same, to gain insights into the legal obligation and regulation governing corporate borrowings under the Company Act 2013. So, what's the obligation, what's the regulations which govern the borrowings and credit facilities as per Companies Act 2013, we discuss in detail. And fourth one is to explore the factors that influence a company credit ability, including its financial health, credit history, debt levels, liquidity, profitability and credit ratings. So, they are the few factors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We here highlight or touch the 7 milestones related with the credit and borrowings. So, if these areas satisfy, it means the worth of the company on higher side. Company is a very powerful company in the business cycle. So, very first credit ability we judge from their credit marks. If credit ability is here on the higher side, company accept the bonds, company accept the offers of public for the purpose of borrow the money. And financial health also reflected here for the borrowings and credit point of view. If financial health is good, no doubt everyone ready to provide the money. It means financial health indicate that the repayment facilities are available. Company is a sound concern, company is a solvent company. Company's financial health is good, it means the reputation of the company, goodwill of the company is very high in the market. Credit history, if a person take loan from the banks and easily return this loan to the banks on some specific period as decided by the terms and condition of the agreement, it means credit history is a good of the particular person. Same thing applicable in case of companies. If company take loan and paid this loan amount within due period on the date of maturity, it means credit history is good of this company. Debt level accept that, it means you attain such levels which are settled for a good companies, blue chip companies. Liquidity is also play very important role in the functioning of a company. Liquidity establish that as and when the circumstances demand, you convert your financial assets into cash. It means reputation of the company on higher side. If company earn the profit in each and every year, in such cases company is a good concern, company is a sound profitable company. And credit rating, 7th point, that's prove that in our India 6 credit rating agencies who judge the credit worthiness of the company or the financial health of the company or the position of company in the market. Credit rating agencies check the worth or the position of the company on 90-point formula. They check the strength of the company, what's the real strength of the company. So, these credit rating agencies also play a very important role in the functioning of companies and also in the field of accept the borrowings and loans from the behalf of company. So, credit and borrowings refer to the company ability to obtain funds from the market, which is important for maintaining the financial stability in the company. If company is a sound concern, company is a profit making company, in such cases company is considered as stable company. It means company on regular interval pay the dividend to their shareholders. If company pay their interest to the borrowers on due time, it means company's health is good, financial position of the company is good. Credit involves the company's reputation. Basically, reputation word we use with the individual, but to develop your understanding here, we use this word reputation, otherwise the appropriate word is here goodwill. The goodwill of the company is the important, and if goodwill of the company is good in the market, it means the loans, borrowings or other facilities are available to the company, and company ability to borrow money, generally financial institutions grant the loans or credit on the basis of strength, potential of the company. So, if strength of the company basically we judge from various factors, and one of the factor is here NAV, net assessed value of the company's securities. If net assessed value is good of securities of the company, no doubt company is covered under the category of blue chip companies. Company's strength wise good and potential in the company. So, before apply your hard savings in any company, you first judge what is the NAV and what is the EPS, earning per share in last 5 years. So, various factors are available to judge the real strength of the companies, and when any financial institution provide loan to the company, they judge on the various factors. They judge on the various equations. If the company fulfill these factors, these equations, in such circumstances, the ability to borrow the money then reflected in such amount which granted by financial institution to the company. So, we discuss one by one each and every aspect related to the companies and borrowings and credit facilities. Borrowing is an act of obtaining funds through loans, debentures or other financial instruments. Basic purpose is here obtaining funds. How you obtain funds? Through loans, debentures or other financial instruments. If you take loan from the market, it means you take loan from the institutions. When you take loan from the individuals, that is known as debentures. In case of debentures, you need to be entered into debenture trust deed, and but in case of loans or credit, you needs to be entered into the agreement. In case of agreement, parties are free to settle their conditions, and in case of debentures, debenture trust deed govern the entire relation of the company with the debenture holders and with the debenture trustees. Generally, in present scenario, those companies who issue the debentures, they need to be appoint the debenture trustees minimum 4, and the entire property which are reserved against this debenture must be transferred on the name of these debenture trustees, and debenture trustees are act on the behalf of debenture holder for the benefit of debenture holder, for the application of their rights or to protect their rights in these agreements. So, other financial instruments means certificate of deposit, commercial papers, these all are the instruments which are designed for the purpose of loan. So, various new instruments also introduced in the market after 1991. In 1991, when India lead by the former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, and at that time Finance Minister was Manmohan Singh. At that time they introduced the LPG policy, and due to this policy Indian markets open for the entire globe, entire world. And at that time, to meet the international standards or to cope up with the international market, we introduced some new financial instruments, and these instruments are very helpful to give a strength to our economy or financial structure or the financial market. So we discuss later on these things also. Company may have provisions in article of association that outlines the extent to which company can borrow and the procedure involved in taking loans. So memorandum of association and article of association, these two documents are very, very important documents who define how company work or in which direction companies start their journey. So basically memorandum of association decide the outline, that is the boundaries of the company's working. Article of association define how you attain these outlines. The procedure basically defined in article of association and memorandum of association basically designed to settle the goals. So borrowing is an act of obtaining funds and article of association define the procedure how to obtain these funds, how to collect these funds. So they are the various documents we discuss on the functioning of credit and borrowings here. So importance of credit and borrowings in corporate finance. So they play a very important role. After capital, if the working of the company not possible with the prescribed capital, then company may shift in the direction of borrowing. So credit and borrowings play a crucial role in corporate finance. We use word here crucial role, not a vital, not a important, we use word crucial role in corporate finance because sometimes we establish our reputation through take loan and sometimes we establish our reputation after pay the loan. So that depend on circumstances and which one is suit to the company, which one is in the interest of company and which one is for the benefit of entire stakeholders. That's depend on circumstances. Corporate finance providing companies with the necessary funds to obtain their standard, operate, grow and adapt to changing market condition. First for operate, second for grow, third one adapt to changing market conditions. So there are three areas which are here settled on the basis of borrowing power of a company. So capital expansion and investment. Companies often require significant capital to expand their operation, invest in new projects or acquire other businesses. Basically we required money for different purposes, but one of them is here operation. For the operation of company, if we required the money and money is not sufficient, then generally we borrow the money from the market and money is available on the basis of reputation of the company. And second function is here grow in the market. If you are the new entrant company and you want to grow in the market and your capital is not sufficient, if you increase this capital, that's maybe a adverse situation established against you in the market. So due to the same, you borrow the money to grow in the market. That is second and important function. Third one, adapt to changing market condition. Market conditions change, maybe hourly basis, maybe day basis, maybe fortnight basis, maybe on weekly basis. So various factors play their role in changing market condition. Sometimes government policies change and according to the government policies you need to be change your market, you need to be change your business. So the various factors here play their role in this direction. So capital expansion basically relates to some other conditions here. If you want to establish a new project and you acquire other businesses also, for this particular purpose you require the money, and money may be in the form of investment, money may be in the form of loan. Money is money, either you arrange in the form of investment, but only difference is here, if you collect the money in the form of investment, no need to be pay the interest on this money. They are entitled for dividend if company earn the profit. But if you arrange the money in the form of loan, in such cases you are legally bound to pay the interest on this amount on regular interval. If you not pay the interest on regular interval, it means your reputation is not good in the market. So there are the various factors which decided that either you accept the money in the form of investment or you accept the money in the form of loan. That's according to circumstances or government policies you take the decision in this direction, and generally companies have expert group of persons who decide this matter according to circumstances. So working capital management, that is the second aspect. Borrowings help corporation manage their day-to-day operations by ensuring they have adequate working capital. So reliance or the faith of the investors or the loan providers or the banks or the financial institutions only established with the same. They have sufficient funds to manage their day-to-day operation. Second, they have adequate working capital. That may be arranged by any means. But once you establish this faith of the investors in the market related to your company always a growing company. Your company always considered as establishing company. So these two things only establish if you prove in the market that you have sufficient funds in your basket, in your pocket, in your bucket. So this is the important. How you arrange this fund, that's immaterial. Material thing is here you arrange the funds, either through investment funds, either through loan funds. So tax benefit is also one of the important area of concern. Interest payment on debt are typically tax deductible, providing a tax advantages for companies that choose to finance their operation through borrowings. If a company borrow the money, they need to pay the interest, and this interest first you deduct from your earnings, from your profit. So if you not expand your capital account, your various capitals, then you may borrow the money through loan or debentures, and in this case no need to pay the income tax to the government. First you deduct this amount of interest from your profits and that distribute among the members who are the owner. So in this way, that's very helpful for the company, irrespective of increase their capital structure, they shift to the borrowing side. They borrow the money for the benefit of entire institution or for the benefit of promoters, for the benefit of board of directors. If you not expand your capital structure, it means you expand your borrowing structure. In borrowing structure, they are not participate in management. If you expand your capital structure, they automatically participate in management and they participate in your managerial powers also. So sometime the company is interested to borrow the loan for the purpose of company in spite of expand their limits of capital. And this is very useful for those companies who earn profit in the market, who are already existed companies. They are exempted from the income tax if they pay the interest. Equal amount they deduct first from their earnings, their profits, and the remaining amount then they distribute among the members in the form of dividend. So these loan or borrowings are also helpful for smoothing cash flow. Borrowing allows companies to mitigate the impact of cash flow fluctuations, especially in industries with seasonal or cyclical patterns. Those industries are seasonal or cyclical patterns follow, or which relates to these seasonal industries or cyclical patterns, they generally borrow on the basis of their season, on the basis of their demand. And in this direction, very set example is here, sugar mills. Sugar mills run their business in particular 3 months, 4 months, where their sugar cane is available in the market. At that time when they run the business, they require the money to pay for raw material, to pay for their laborers. At that time, if they arrange the money from borrowings, from the loans, that's very useful for them, irrespective of they enhance their capital structure or they arrange the money after issue the shares. So that's very useful. Borrowings are very useful for seasonal industries. Liquidity and solvency. Access to credit enhance a company's liquidity, providing a financial support during challenging economic condition. Due to change of policies or due to change of circumstances, if a company faces challenging phase or economic conditions are challenging, in such cases, company may accept the loan, company borrow the loan, and this loan is very important for maintain the liquidity and solvency of the company in the market. Liquidity establish that company have sufficient funds. Solvency also establish that liabilities of companies lesser than their assets. So these two things, for example here, I gave you one of the example, if a company is ABC Limited and their shares are fully accepted in market and everyone interested to buy their shares, it means more and more liquidity available regarding this company. Solvency means when company have sufficient funds to meet their liability at all times, it means company is a solvent company. So both things establish that company strength, company position is good, and for to meet the economic conditions, company take loan as per requirement. So flexibility in financial structure, that's the third important area. Credit facility provides to company with flexibility in structuring their finance. That's depend on the business need, that's the important area. Companies can choose between various forms of debt like loans, bonds and debentures. They are the basically three areas which choose by company to enhance their borrowing cycle, to enhance their borrowing capacity or to enhance their loans. Very first loans, second one bonds, third one debentures. So they are the, according to business needs, you decide in which side you take your steps, in which side you mold your companies. Either your act sufficient to take loan, your act sufficient with your bonds, or your activities demand to issue the debentures for the public. So that's according to circumstances, the company always decide here in which direction they apply their steps. So borrowings are an essential part of companies. The option of borrowings depends on the need of the companies and the nature of borrowings. Any irregular and irresponsible act may result in the insolvency of the company, which may cause considerable losses to them. So to facilitate the smooth functioning of the company and protect the interest of shareholders, a company has to comply with various compliances under the Companies Act 2013. So if you borrow the money, but if this act is irregular or irresponsible act, that maybe leads your act towards insolvency. Your one act may be responsible for close the business. If you not fulfill the requirement as laid down by the regulators, as laid down by the statute, that's also attract the legal implications. And these legal implication held that you are not a responsible person, you are not a responsible entities. So these all things established that your borrowing power must exercise with due prudence or due diligence. If you not follow the due diligence in exercise of this power, that may leads to adverse situation. So, importance of financial stabilities in companies. If business continuity is the most important thing here, it ensures that company can continue its business even during economic recession or unexpected challenges. Business, if run by a company in adverse situation, in recession, at that time it means unexpected challenges when company face. Company may run their business with either through capital or through loans. That's immaterial. Material thing is here, business continuity is very important. If you run your business in continuity, it means you are a good company. You are establishing company. So, investor confidence establish, that is the major task on the part of company's managerial key personnel or board of director or expert group of persons. Once establish the faith of the investors in the particular company, that's you maybe arrange the money in any form. So, it is the biggest task on the part of expert group of person, managerial key personals. They establish the confidence among investors and leading to positive perception of the company's financial strength. Once a perception established with a company, that perception survive for a long period. Sometimes this perception may be carry generation to generation. A very simple example in this direction, we listen from our elders, Bata shoes are very reliable shoes, and this confidence or this reputation may be established from generation to generation. This is a perception of the people in the market. If once a perception established with a company, for example, TCS is a good company and that's run by Tata Consultancy or Tata Group of companies, that's the perception established in the market. These type of companies are very well companies, are the growing companies, and they take care of their investors and they take care of their employees also. It means this perception held that the money is available in the market for those companies as and when they required. So, perception play a very important role. That is the general perception in the minds of the peoples. IITians, the students who study in IITs, they are working very well. That is a perception in the mind of peoples, and this perception established in the mind of people, that's liable, that's responsible for growing of these institutions. So, employees' confidence, if employees feel more